Hello and welcome. We talk about rounding off whole numbers. We round off whole numbers, and this particular tutorial will be rounding the whole numbers up. We round whole numbers up. Before we move to rounding up whole numbers, it's very important if we are going to have a recap or about place value. Okay, so place value is very important. Place value. So if you are given a whole number like 728, every digit here have got a place value, have got a value in its place. If we shift 7 to the third position, it will have a different value. If we shift 2 to the first position, it will have a different value. That's why these are ones, these are tens, and these are hundreds. So this is what I mean by place value. Every digit is holding a specific value in a given number. So when you understand that, it will be easier for rounding off, because we are going to round according to the place values. Fine now because now as we have this knowledge about place value, let us go ahead with rounding up. Okay, so we are rounding up now. Rounding up. To round up, we have to consider the next number in a whole number, in a given whole number. We've got to consider the next number from that place value we are interested to round off. For example, round off 728 to nearest tens. Okay, so ones tens, right? 728. So we are rounding to the nearest tens, right? So if you don't know place value, I don't know, you cannot go. So we got to put a demarcation here. These are tens, these are ones, and these are tens. So we are rounding to the nearest tens here. Now, because 8 now is bigger than 5, okay? 8 is bigger than 5, we can round this. So we are going to add 1 here, add 1, and then after adding 1, let us change color because it is very important there. After adding 1, which color will be appropriate there, we think? After adding 1, we will, in fact, replace next number, and then replace next number, or replace other numbers, replace other number by 0. So this is very important. Okay, you affect this and then you replace the rest by 0. So this is the same as 7 to 720 plus 1 0 here. So I say like adding 10, that this 8 is approximated to 10, so we add 10 there, so we have 730. So 7 therefore we say here that then 728 is approximately to 730 to the nearest tens. Okay, so you see we replace the other by 0, the same as adding 10. I added 1 to these two here, so replace the rest by 0 by 0. So 728 goes to 730. We rounded up because this digit here is bigger than 5. So if we have to generalize, right, it means that rounding whole numbers up, it means look or stand, whatever you want, stand to the required digit. If we are rounding, for example, here we are rounding to the nearest 10, so we stood at 2, and then if the next digit is bigger than 5, add 1 to the required. So add 1, add 1 to the required digit, and replace other digit by 0. That's what we did. So that's what we did here. We added 1 and then we replaced the rest by 0. Thank you for watching, and please join me in another tutorial.